One of the most probable scenarios, it's low visibility period, of course, it can develop in many directions, but one of the most probable ones is a clear constitutional crash. Without pass a law. Then immediately it goes to the Supreme Court because people and NGOs and whatever and civilians will appeal to the Supreme Court to cancel those laws. The government thinks the Supreme Court will feel it improper to deal with laws that they are the subject of. But I'm confident that they will decide. First of all, the technical tool of this law is to change the structure of the committee which nominate the Supreme Court judges and the chief. So the Supreme Court will immediately issue an order. You cannot gather this committee until we think of it and pass a written verdict. And the government might ignore it.
So you have a clash then between the Supreme Court refusing...
Supreme Court order, don't gather this committee, and the government gathers the committee.
Complete clash.
And gathers the committee and pass decisions about the new nominees. So and the Supreme Court will not accept it. They will not accept. So it's direct clash. They have a second minister in the Ministry of Defense responsible for civil activities, and he will order the Chief of Staff not to follow the order of the Supreme Court. Then, I happen to know the leaders, we call them gatekeepers or defenders of our sovereignty. It's the head of the army, the chief of staff, the head of the secret service, the head of Mossad, and the head of the police. So it happens that both the chief of staff and the head of the Mossad and the head of the secret service, they are all veterans of the same unit. And we are educating them. I was the commander of unit, I was the commander. And I know how they operate. They have to develop these virtuous cycle of cruel debriefing. They cannot afford. You fail and you are killed if you don't take the right lesson, ready to admit all your mistakes. So face this kind of contradiction, they will follow the Supreme Court and not their superior.